Hi everyone, and welcome back to another Food and Fun Friday with another new recipe that would have been in yesterday's slideshow, so check it out. If you're new to my channel, go right down there and hit the big red subscribe button and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video and a new recipe for all of you. Share around my channel so you can help my channel to grow, and definitely shoot me a thumbs up if you're enjoying all of these recipes, all keto style. Stay tuned, everyone. Welcome everyone. Great to see each and every one of you. It's so great to be back doing another food and fun video with all of you on a new recipe that would have been in yesterday's slideshow. I hope you got a chance to see that. It's a Philly steak and cheese and cabbage wrap. I made them yesterday and my husband and I just loved them. So I thought I got to do a video on them. I've done different steak and cheese, like in a stuffed pepper Philly steak and cheese. I've done it on the low carb Aldi bread, but I thought I want to do it on a wrap with the mayo, with the cabbage. I just think it would taste really good, and it did. So it's got the onions, the cheese, it's Swiss cheese. You can use any type of cheese you want, but I did Swiss. So it's steak, onion, Swiss cheese, cabbage, and it's straight from that bag that you just get at Walmart or anywhere. It's like an angel hair cabbage already shredded. You can shred your own, but you can get it already shredded, and then just put that on in some mayo, and it's got salt, pepper, onion, and garlic powder in the mixture of the steak. Oh, I was just excited to share this with you guys because it's so yummy. It really turned out delicious. Excuse me. And then I paired it with my coleslaw, my keto style coleslaw. Super easy to make. I'll link it down below for you guys from a video I already did. I don't know if I did it as a treat or a mukbang. I can't remember, but I'll link it down below. But if I can't find that one, it's super easy. It was just, I'm doing 2 servings here. Now this whole recipe could be 4 because there's 4 steaks, but I eat 1 meal. So I just break it up into 2 meals for me and my husband because I only do 1 meal a day. 6 days a week. So I broke it up into 2. So the amount of cabbage I did here was 2 cups. So we each get a cup of cabbage, and I added a teaspoon, or a teaspoon of, no, actually it was less than that. I would say half a teaspoon of the apple cider vinegar, because see, when I made it before, I made a much bigger amount. So this here to serve 2 people was 2 cups of the angel hair cabbage already, shredded up. And then I put on it a half teaspoon of the apple cider vinegar, 2 tablespoons of the mayo, and I use the mayo with the olive oil in it, and then a little bit of erythritol in the bag. It's like a sugar. It almost looks like sugar and everything. It's got the look of actual pure cane sugar. And so I had the erythritol mixed through it, and that I added a teaspoon of that, and then just mix it really well. So if I don't have that video, or the video is a little bit different than how I did it, I'm not sure. I'll just link it down in this box how to make it as well. But if I find that video, I'll link that down there for you guys too, so you don't have to go searching for it. But anyways, and then I'll list down below how to make this too. I always do that, even though it's in yesterday's slideshow and in my box, the information box. I will also put it in this information box as well. So, and for my 1 meal here, for this steak here, the steak wrap, it would be 8 net carbs, which is absolutely fantastic. I'm only using half of a Joseph wrap for each one. Each one is 8, but you can take off 2 if you're doing net carbs. So there's 6 for a half. And then the steak doesn't have any carb, but the cheese would. The cheese was a half. So, and then the onions were a couple. So that's where I figured it was 6, 7, and then each one's a half. So it's 8. Yeah. So that's why I have 8 net carbs here. For the onions, I only used a 4th cup of onion for the whole thing. So we each got 2 tablespoons of onion chopped up, and I just used a yellow onion. Again, check out yesterday's slideshow so you know how to make it. And I hope you get a chance to sit down with me. I always mention that. Sit down and make it and join me, or make one of my other recipes. But anyways, it's 2 tablespoons of the onion. So with that, with the Swiss cheese, it's 2 slices of Swiss cheese per sandwich. And then, of course, the steak, and then the seasoning, and then the cabbage. It would be 8 net carbs. Yeah, because the cabbage, I'm only using a 4th cup of cabbage too, and it's very low in carbs. So let's just say 9 to play it safe. I'm going to say 9 net. I think I did say 9 in yesterday's slideshow. So 9 net carbs for that. And then of course I've got my serving here. It's 1 cup of the coleslaw that I made, homemade keto. I'm having a 2 good strawberry yogurt, 2 lemon fat bombs. I'll put some whipped cream on it. And then I've got my Earl Grey decaffeinated tea with a tablespoon of MCT oil to give me extra fat. And then I'm having a clear American water. I've been drinking my water all day. Where's my water bottle? Sitting over there on the counter. I've been drinking that all day. And I'll switch back over after this meal is done. But anyway, so that would be 8. And then this I think is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And with the creamer, the sugar-free creamer is 17, 18. It is 19. I have 19 net carbs here, which is awesome because you want to keep it at 20 or less. Now, I do a net carb. If you don't understand that, that's where you could deduct off of veggies, the dietary fiber. And if you eat things like things that have erythritol, stevia, or the monk fruit, and that's what these ones do here, the fat bombs, you can deduct not only the dietary fiber, but you can deduct the alcohol sugars, the fake sugars in it. You can deduct that as well, and that's what gives you a net. And that's why these are only 1 net carb a piece. And it shows how you do the deductions here. It is actually 8 total carbs for 1. You minus 4 for the fiber and 2 for the alcohol sugar, and you get, 2. These are 2 net carbs. Sorry about that. 2 net carbs for these. But if you can see that, I hope you can, how you do the deductions. The light always screws that up. Maybe I can get close enough for you guys to see that back up just a tad. Hopefully you can read that. I hope you can read that. But anyway, so there's where you get a net carb. I've always done net carbs. Some people do total carb where they count all their carbs and they don't deduct anything, and that's fine. You can do 20 that way, or you can do 20 doing net, deducting everything. So then you're going to end up doing more, like probably 30 or 40 grams a day, but you're still under because those deductions will deduct off and you'll be in a great state of ketosis if you keep it, still counting the 20, even though you're deducting that. So, but anyways, I'm excited to have this dinner. I love this. It was fantastic. That's why I can't wait to eat it again, but we're going to go ahead and do our words of Jesus for women. This one is called Misplaced Treasure. It's Luke 12:34. Where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. And it goes on to say, okay, it's true that love grows, right? Like when you have your first child, you think you could never love a second one as much, but you do. It is possible to love a lot of people equally, but loving many people is not the same as loving God. It doesn't work to try and divide your heart. You can't put all your energy, thoughts, and time into one thing, but then say that your heart belongs totally to God. It doesn't work. Your treasure is actually whatever occupied your time, thoughts, and energy. And if it isn't knowing and serving God, then your treasure is in the wrong place. Evaluate yourself honestly. Where is your treasure today? And that's important to know that in your life. Like, is God number one in your life? I always talk about that, that God should be absolutely number one in your life. That's why you always are starting your day, go through your day and ending your day with God, because he needs to be number one. When you put God number one and love him the most, you're going to learn how to love everybody equally. And that will happen. Like when you ask God, God, give me more. I always ask more wisdom, knowledge, faith, strength, and love. And you ask for that. But loving God is different. So that's why they're saying, where is your treasure? Where is it today? Who are you loving more? Your family, your money, your possessions, or are you loving God more? Put God first. Make him first in your life and watch everything fall into place and work out for you. And sure, there'll be tough times. We'll go through rough waters. You can't have the rainbow without the storm. We're going to go through it, but just keep loving God, keep trusting God, and he will work things out for you. Everything happens for a reason, but make God number one. Put him number one on your pedestal. And then, everybody else, you're going to love everybody else, because when you're loving God first, God shows you how to be more loving and kind to other people. So make sure you do that. What a great verse. Again, that was Luke 12:34. Down here it says, Dear Father, I struggle with this. I want to love you more than anything else. I want you to rule my life. I want to trust you completely, Father. I ask for your help in putting you first in my heart each morning and keeping you there all day long. In Jesus' name, amen. That's a great prayer to pray every day, asking him to, I ask for your help in putting you first in my heart each morning and keeping you there all day. And that's what I just said. Start, putting God first and starting the day with him and keeping him there all day long. And you will learn then the real true love. Nobody could love us more than God. Obviously, God's love is unconditional. He sent his son to die for us so that we could have salvation if we believe. I mean, who could do that? I don't know any of us that could send our own child to take on the sins of the world, but he did. And so that's a true big love. And that's why in the Bible, if you read in the King James Version, they use Corinthians, I think it's 13, where it says faith, hope, and love. But the King James Version is the one I read, which would be the closest and I believe is the best one to read. That's my opinion. But it says charity, which charity is much bigger than love. So they use charity in the place of love. So just meaning God's love is so much bigger. So charity is a much bigger thing than love. So yeah, just get your heart right with God, put God first, and then ask him to help you with everything else, but keeping him in your life all day long. Start your day, go through your day, and end your day with Life's Manual. Continue to read this beautiful book here from front to cover, Continue to do it. Read scriptures you really love, write them down, put them on an index card, and carry it with you all day. Verses that you really love so you can look back at them. Spending, alone quality time with the Lord, getting a personal relationship while you read this. I mean, he wrote it for a reason. This is going to help us get through life. This is Life's Manual. This will tell us all the prediction and everything, but behind it will tell you to fear not 365 times. When you're walking with him, there's nothing to fear, because the worst that could ever happen to us is death. Obviously, that's the worst. None of us want to die. We think about how scary that could be, how we would die and all that. But if you're going to heaven, it's a much better place than here. I mean, I don't know, I'm not there, but when they talk about streets of gold, happiness, no sadness, all of that, I'd rather be there than here. So that being said, just remember that, just get your heart right with God and read his scriptures and follow the scriptures too. It's one thing to read them, but you want to honor the scriptures and let him feel love in you all day long. Just let him show you how to love and to care. And like I said, the worst of the worst happens and we die. We have a place in heaven if you're walking right and believe and have that faith. He made it so easy for us when his son died on the cross. That wasn't easy. But after he said, it is done, we were forgiven of our sins even before we even commit them, but still ask for forgiveness. Thank him every morning for waking you and giving you another day, and ask him, what is my purpose plan each day that you have for me, Lord? We're all here for a reason, and try to spread the gospel to everybody. And keep this with you everywhere you go, because the Bible will keep you from sin, or sin will keep you from the Bible. So keep it with you everywhere you go. All right, let's go ahead and enjoy this wonderful sandwich here that I made. Now, like I said, it is a steak and cheese cabbage roll. So you see the cabbage in there, the mayo in there, the steak. And this has got the 2 steaks with it because I'm doing one meal. So we got 2 steaks each. So the pack, we ate the whole pack, which was 4 steaks. They are pretty little, but you could make it into 4 servings. You could. And then you would do the same wrap, a little bit less probably cabbage because it would be less amount, or you could do the same amount of cabbage and all that. You just would have less meat. Okay, if you're eating more than one meal. But let's go ahead and take a bite of this. Now you're going to get some that's going to drip out and everything. That's okay. We got a fork here. Oh, I absolutely love this, you guys. That soft steak with the onions, which are been cooked. And then the cabbage, which is raw that you put on there. You got the crunchiness of the cabbage. And the creaminess of the mayo. Oh, this is so good. My husband and I loved it so much that I said, I got to do a video on this. I mean, I could probably eat this every day. Yum, yum. Now, I don't recommend a lot. I talk about those Joseph wraps. We don't want to eat those every single day, but I'm basically in maintenance. So it's okay for me to have it more often. I've been testing my strip staying in ketosis because I only eat the one meal. But, wraps like that and stuff like that, you really want to test to make sure you guys can have that. If you're not able to have the wrap, they do make other wraps. Test other wraps out that are low carb, or put it on the low carb Aldi bread, or just eat it without the wrap. Mix it up in a bowl with the steak, the cabbage, the onions, the cheese. Just mix it all up in a bowl and eat it without the wrap if you're not able to have these wraps. But, oh my gosh, they are good. And I thought it would be a perfect pair with my coleslaw. Who doesn't love coleslaw too? And I love that you can still do it keto. It doesn't taste any different to me. It tastes like regular coleslaw. Because it's the same. It's still your cabbage, still your mayo. All that's different, and still your apple cider vinegar. It's just a fake sugar, erythritol. You could use stevia in place of it too. You could use monk fruit, whichever one. But Tastes like regular coleslaw to me. I'm having the strawberry today. I love the strawberry one. I love the strawberry and the wild cherry. Again, I've talked about them before. I can't ever find the wild cherry anymore. It must be the most popular one or they don't make it anymore. I don't know. But it tasted like those Ludens that we used to get for cough drops. We used to think they were candy. And they taste like candy. But anyways, the strawberry is really good. My stepdad said it tastes like a strawberry Kool-Aid with the fizz in it. And he don't like any other flavors, but he'll drink this one. He loves it. I love these Clear American waters. And they do have the sweetness to it. They're not like the bubbly. If you've ever had the bubbly, that is fizz water, but it's more like a, you know, it's no sugar in that one. So they're, you know, it's more bland. I love these because they have the sweetness to it. So I was trying to come up with a story for you guys and I completely forgot. I usually do a story for all of you guys. I forgot to come up with one. So maybe while I'm sitting here, I can think of one while we're talking. This Sunday, so in just a couple of days, you're going to get a video for the whole month of my journey again for the month. Now doing, in January did the ADF, and that was a January challenge I took. Did the ADF alternate day fasting. I went 40 hours no food, and then I ate, and I was alternating. On the days I ate, I did resistant for exercise, and on the days that I didn't eat, I did cardio. And I have continued with that. I still do it 5 days a week. I do cardio and resistant, and now I just do it 3 days a week. I do cardio, 2 days a week resistant, and then the following week I switch that to 3 resistant, 2 cardio, because it's 5 days. So you just keep switching it. That way you're getting a balance of both. And so I'll be showing you guys a scale picture again to let you know what the weight is. The weight is kind of fluctuating in the upper 130s to the 140s, like right around there, because I'm gaining muscle for sure. I'm gaining muscle, but I am still to the the upper higher end of the 130s right now. I don't know what I'll be on Sunday. Could be lower, so I'll just let you guys see that. But as I'm gaining muscle is more dense, so it's going to be a little bit more, but my clothes are all fitting, except for I'm noticing that they're getting tight in my legs and tighter in my butt, which proof that the lunges and the squats and all of that is making my butt more rounder, and that's what I want. I want a little bit of a thicker, smaller waist, thicker butt. Who doesn't want that look, right? And definitely that's what I'm shooting for, and I'm definitely noticing that in my underwear, in my clothing, that it's getting tight in my butt area. And outfits that I wore before that I was actually heavier could wear, I now can still wear it around the waist. But when I zip it up on the butt, it's like really tight. It's really hard to zip it up on the butt. So definitely, and you'll probably notice that when you see the picture again of the bathing suit picture I'll be putting up Sunday of January 1st. And now you'll see the end of February. So another whole month. Well, it wasn't quite a whole month, but another whole month of that. You'll see the photo and you'll be able to see, like when you seen January 1st to the January 30th, you did see a difference. My waist was smaller, my butt was getting bigger. So you could see that's happening. So I'll show you that again. From January 1st, now another month. And so now it's 2 months of working out. I'll show you that. You will notice the difference. But again, it's going to be slight differences because it takes time to build that muscle and to try to eliminate loose skin. I don't have a lot, but I do have some. So get rid of, to get rid of all of it, probably never. But I will get tighter as time goes along. And you'll notice that. So you'll notice in that picture, probably, a slight difference, I would say, because I can see a difference in my body. So I know you're going to see a difference there. And then I'll do the measurements again. I'll do a scale picture. I'll probably come in and just talk a little bit in the beginning, and then I'll just show you guys that. And then we'll start over again. And I'll give you another picture at the end of March. I'll continue with it 6 days a week, 1 meal a day. I'm doing between 1,500 and 1,800 for calorie. I did get my calories back up to maintenance eating for me. And then I do my working out. And so, I'm going to do that 6 days a week. Sundays, I break it where I just do more like a 16-hour fast and I just kind of eat what I want throughout the day. Still keto, just eating a few more extra meals. And then I go back 6 days a week again. But that's how I'm doing it. But I will continue to show you at the end of every month the difference of my body from working out and everything. January was a challenge. That's why I showed you all the working out and everything. But I'm still doing it, and you'll see, because you'll see in the photos. Proof is in the pudding, right? They always say that. So you'll see it in the photos. I'll do measurements again. Now, some measurements are going to be a little bit bigger, slightly bigger, because my butt's getting bigger. So it'll be slightly bigger. The waist, I'm noticing from the crunches that I'm doing that my stomach is gaining muscle. So I'm noticing that my stomach is a half an inch, I think, bigger. I'm not sure. I'll have to test that day. But could have been because I was holding water. Last week, I was really sore from working out last week. So I was holding water. So it could have been I did it last week when I measured. So it could just be because of that. So we'll do the measurements again. But some areas you're going to notice are going to go up a little bit, which is good. That just means you're building in the right areas. that you want. But I do want my waist to go down. But if I am building a little bit of muscle there, that's fine. But I do think it was because I was holding fluid, because I was very sore last week. Some weeks you are, and your body will protect you and hold that fluid. So that's why I was trying to drink a lot of water too to flush it out, but the body needed it. So yeah, you'll get that on Sunday. Not sure what time, because I'll be, doing the video that day, the measurements and all of that prior to, eating or anything that day. I'll do all the measurements and the pictures and all that, do the video and all that. I might do just to make it quicker for me, I might do a few things the day before, but the pictures are going to be Sunday. So you'll get the video Sunday sometime. I'm not sure what time. Whatever time I can get it done, get it loaded and get it up for you guys to open up. I would say mid-afternoon till the evening time. And then you'll get that, like I said, every time at the end of every month, you'll get another new picture, and you're always going to get the January photo in that bathing suit, and you'll get the current one with that. And sometimes I might even show in the end of, the end of each month to that, so you can see the slight difference from there too. But you're going to see the bigger difference from January 1st to, January 30th, and then January 1st to the end of February, January 1st to the end of March. You guys are going to see such a difference with all of that. As time goes on, you will. God, I got a frog in my throat. But just make sure just understand that it does take time to eliminate skin. When you have skin, to try to tighten it, it does take a little bit longer. And I'll never be able to get rid of all of it. I am older. I would probably have to have some of it cut off. Never going to do that. That's okay. I don't mind the loose skin.
You need this for your yogurt?
No, because I have enough calories. He was offering me some Lily chocolate chips to put into a Too Good yogurt. The Lily chocolate chips. And he needs that. But I've already got all my calories. I've counted them out for the day, so I can't really add that right now. So, but anyway, so yeah, that's all I'll be doing it. And hopefully you guys will see the difference. Like I said, I see a difference in my body. I definitely do. But I want to see myself, that first picture, to taking another one. Because I haven't been taking pictures. That's just looking in the mirror. I want to jump back into that swimsuit again. And I want to see the difference from that. That's what's going to excite me. So look for that on the February 28th. So in 2 days, you guys will get that. But it's longer for me. It's the very beginning of the week for me. I always pre-record these videos. Thank you, dear. But yeah, I'm trying to think of a story. Can you think of anyone, honey? No. I don't know, guys. I've told so many stories. I wonder if I ever told that one with my son. I'll tell you the story about my son. When he was younger, and he wanted to swim with my koi fish I had. I had a koi fish for like 10 years. Pretty good size too. I had like a 50-gallon tank, I think. I love fish aquariums. I think they're so relaxing. But anyways, I had a few koi fish, and this one was my biggest one I had, and it was like 10 years old, and then I had a few other ones that were growing. My son at the time, I think, was like 13 years old. Actually, no, he might have been younger than that. Well, between 11 and 13, I think. Maybe he was 13. I can't remember. But you would think at 13 he would know not to do this. So maybe he was younger. I'm thinking he was younger. Yeah, I'm thinking he was. So anyways, they were out swimming. The kids were outside in a pool, just right outside our yard. And they were swimming. Jumping in and out. Of course, the water's getting dirty. It's just regular pool water. You fill up with the hose. They're jumping in and out. Well, of course, where I lived, there's Minnie. Hi. You want to come say hi? Come here. Here's Minnie. She came to say hi, everyone. Say hi. Yeah, she smells that steak. A little piece of steak. Good girl. You want another one? My little girl here. My little lover. Okay, you lay down. But anyway, so they're jumping in and out, and of course, they where we lived, of course, the grass was treated, so they would treat the grass. So, you know, they would spray it with different chemicals and stuff on it. So, of course, they're jumping in and out, and chemicals are getting pulled, but it doesn't hurt us. But I don't know, my kid came in the house, and he decided he wanted to take my fish out for a swim. I guess he didn't figure the aquarium was swimming for him. So he took it outside and put it in the pool. He wanted it to swim with him. Make sure this isn't a hair. No. I didn't know this. Yes, I was watching my kid. My nephews were swimming with him. I was watching, but I think I got a phone call. I was sitting out on the patio while they were swimming just right off the deck, right off our patio. And so I didn't see him come in and grab this fish. And I guess he just reached right in the fish aquarium and grabbed this fish. That's how big it was. My fish was probably about that long. So I'd say about 6 inches long, about 3 inches tall, and it was pretty big around. It was probably about 3 inches around, maybe. It was a pretty good sized fish. And for a not too big of an aquarium, and they get bigger. Koi's can get huge, depending on the tank size. But anyways, he must have snuck by me while I was on the phone. Probably an important call I was taking or whatever. And he snuck by with this fish in his hand. I don't know how he got it in his hand, how he grabbed the fish. I don't remember if I ever asked him how he did that. If he did it with a net to pick it up or if he just reached in and grabbed it. I can't remember. He probably used a net and then grabbed it out of the net. But he brought it out and he put it in the pool with him. Well, mind you, this pool is dirty. It's freezing cold. Now, koi can be in cold water. They can live. My aunt has a underground outside aquarium with koi's in it. And of course, it gets a layer of I think it doesn't freeze all the way through because there's a heater on it, but it doesn't heat it completely, but it gets a layer of the frozen on top. I think it does. I can't remember how it works, how she keeps it like that, but they can even be in the winter. They can. Because they're under the water. So they can, you know, the body can, you know, adjust to the temperatures as it slowly changes. But when you're coming from a warm aquarium to an ice cold pool that's dirty with dirt from their feet, their hands, you know, kids touch everything. They're eating popsicles out there, everything is dripping in it. And then, of course, the, you know, chemicals that were on the grass going in and out of the pool when they're jumping in and out. And he put it in the pool and he let it swim around and swam around. Everything was fine. It was swimming around. He was having a great time with this fish swimming around a pool. How he didn't notice it, I don't know. And so he was doing this for a while. I don't know. He said he did it for about 10 minutes or so. And then he got it again, picked it up, brought it back and put it in my tank. It swam around. It was fine. And I had that koi for about 10 years. And that night, my koi was belly up. I was floating at the top. It killed it. You know, all of that stuff. And then on top of it, the temperature changed like that. It just was, you can't, I mean, aquariums are treated too. You're treating them with chemicals and stuff in them. So that are for the fish or whatever. So, and this was a dirty pool that it was in. So, yeah. So all of a sudden it's belly up and I went, oh, my koi died. I said, well, I did have it for 10 years. I just can't believe that. You know, I thought I would get more years out of it, but, you know, because I thought it didn't act sick or anything. It didn't act like anything was wrong with it. So I didn't understand why it was dead. So my kid was sleeping at this time. The next morning I told him, I said, you know, we lost our koi. It died last night and we had to, you know, we flushed it. And my kid said, oh, no. And I said, what? And he goes, did it happen because I put it in the pool yesterday? And I said, you put it in the pool? And I thought he was joking. He said, yeah, I wanted to swim with it. That's what he said to me. So I know he had to be younger than 13 because he still had that baby talk. And he said, I wanted it to swim with me. And he goes, I didn't hurt it, did I? And I, of course, didn't want to break his little heart. So I said, no, honey, it was just old. It was an old fish, but that's absolutely what killed it, you know. But it was just funny that he just thought he could swim with this fish. You can just take it right out of the tank and just go swimming with it anywhere you go. And thank God he put it into water, though, because that would have been a horrible death for that fish not to be able to breathe. So at least he could, you know, during the time he was carrying him, he couldn't. But yeah, he's like, Mama, I'm sorry, I put it in the pool. Did that hurt it? Me and my son just talked about that the other day, and he was laughing. He was like, why would I do that? I said, because you were a child and you're 22 right now. But yeah, that's a cute story, you know, and it's a fish. I mean, yeah, I had it for 10 years. I love the fish. I even named it. I can't remember the name now because that was a while ago. That was like 15, 20 years ago. Man, time goes by fast. But anyways, yeah, so that's the story of my koi and my son wanting to swim with the fish. But it's funny that we just recently talked about that. And he's like, I can't believe I did that. He remembers it too. But he doesn't know why he did it. He said, I have no idea why I would think I could take it on the pool to swim with me. And he goes, I think he did say he just grabbed it. The silly things our kids do. Now, if it would have been like a dog or, you know, I mean, still a fish is important to a person, but you don't mean it's a fish. Fish do, you know, everything dies. Everything has a time. And yeah, I was sad because I loved the koi, but I love my son more, and I didn't ground him or anything for that because he was too young to understand. But thank God it wasn't like Minnie. Thank God he didn't take Minnie out and throw her in the pool. I went to wonder to see her belly up. Last bite. That is delicious, you guys. You've got to try that wrap. It's just not the same as a Philly steak and cheese wrap, Philly steak and cheese sandwich. Adding that mayo and the cabbage to it really makes it change. It really does. It changes the flavor. It gets to that crunchiness. It was really good. And like I said, I thought it would be perfect to pair it with that coleslaw. I'll link it down in the box for you guys so you guys know how to make that too. It's super easy though. So the recipe I gave you would be for 2 cups. So if you're going to double it, you would double the order, you know, on that. But it does taste like coleslaw, and it's great. All right, let's see. I don't want to be on too much longer here, so I think I'll just have one of my fat bombs here. And these new fat bombs, not new, but they are new, semi-new. You cannot open these wrappers anymore. I don't know why. So I gotta tear it like this. Like, I cannot open them. And of course, with nails, I can't peel it apart. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and have a lemon fat bomb. And then I'll finish my yogurt off. But I just like you guys to see what I'm doing in one meal, and I just don't like to keep the video too long. So I'm going to finish up the yogurt with some whipped cream and my other fat bomb. I tea in that, and then my window gets closed for 24 hours. These are still my all-time favorite fat bomb. They were something that new came out. They've been out now for about a month. No. Couple months. They've been out, but they're the iced lemon drop. And to me, I always say it tastes like white chocolate. White chocolate's always been my favorite over dark chocolate or over milk chocolate. White chocolate's always been my favorite. And I love things that are lemon flavor. I love raspberry flavor. I love cherry, but I love lemon. With that flavor with the white chocolate and the lemon is a strong flavor. It's really good. So I keep buying those over any of the other fat bombs, and I love these. And I remember they were only 1. They've changed them now to 2 net carb. I think it's because they're making them a little fatter. They are a little bit fatter now. So it might be why. But, I love the white chocolate taste with that lemon. It's so good. I used to love the mint. The mint's my second favorite now, the mint bombs. It's a real soft mint. Almost tastes like an Andes mint. If you remember those mints they used to give like at Italian restaurants, or you get at the store, the Andes mints. It's real mild like that, a mild mint. And I don't like any kind of strong mints. I don't like the New York patties. They're too strong for me. Which I don't eat them anymore because of keto. But anyways, yeah, I love them. They're my favorite. So definitely try them out if you haven't yet. And definitely make that steak, Philly steak and cheese and cabbage wrap. It was delicious. Check out yesterday's slideshow or look down in this box. It'll be linked down here as well. I hope all of you guys are staying safe, happy, healthy, leaning on the Lord, trusting the Lord, and loving the Lord like we need to love him, and ask him to help us to build our love for others. And read this great book right here. Continue to read it. Every time you read it, you're going to get something great out of it. And just keep getting close to him because he's coming back one day. Jesus is returning to get us. So be faithful to him while we're here on earth and do what we need to do. So keep this Bible with you everywhere you go. I love all of you guys very much. Everybody take care. God bless. And I'll see each and every one of you in my very next upload.